In August 1980 in South Carolina, a strange phenomenon occurred at one factory where 3M adhesive tape was manufactured. In one area of the factory, tape was unspooled at high speed from a large roller, then passed overhead, coming down to be split and wound into multiple smaller rolls, forming a tent-like region. This process can cause large static discharges. During one very humid morning, David Swenson, an employee at the plant, found that upon passing through this tent, he was unable to reach the other side due to the formation of some kind of invisible electromagnetic force field, which is believed to have formed in part due to the extreme humidity of that morning, along with the high voltage generated from the tape peeling. No matter how much force he applied, David could neither proceed forward nor turn around, and was only able to back away from the invisible wall. Upon returning with his manager sometime later in the day, the force field had disappeared. By that time, however, the humidity had decreased, and it was predicted that this rare occurrence would return next morning, while humidity levels were once again higher. Sure enough, the force field returned next morning. Technicians were called in to resolve the issue, and since then the force field has never returned. In 2017, an asteroid-like object was spotted 33 million kilometers, or 0.22 astronomical units, from Earth. This object, given the Hawaiian name Oumuamua, was quite unusual for several reasons. Unlike most asteroids, the object had a very elongated, roughly cylindrical shape. It was around 10 times as long as it was wide. The object's speed and hyperbolic trajectory reveal that it originated at an unknown location, light years away from Earth, making it the first interstellar object to be discovered within our solar system. Unlike normal asteroids, the trajectory of this object has been observed to change slightly over time, leading people to believe that the object had its own propulsion system, though this could be due to ice on the object's surface melting to produce gas jets. The object's peculiar characteristics lead some scientists to speculate that this object is an alien craft. The object is moving too fast to be captured by the sun's gravity and is currently on its way back out into interstellar space, so it is likely that Oumuamua's true nature will remain uncertain. Beginning in the middle of May 1780, residents of New England and eastern Canada noticed that the sun had started to take on a red hue, while the sky itself turned from blue to a shade of yellow. Over the next few days, these changes became more pronounced, culminating on May 19th, when New Englanders woke up to an unusually dark sky with no sign of the sun at all. It was so dark that even in the middle of the day, residents had to light candles just to see where they were going, while birds and frogs were chirping as if it were night. The following night was exceptionally dark as well, with the moon taking on a deep shade of blood red. This extreme darkness only began to recede the next day, and by that night, things were back to normal. At the time, no one knew what to make of this darkening, with some believing it was the beginning of Judgment Day, and believing that Jesus would soon return. However, the cause of this darkness was likely due to smoke from forest fires in central Canada, combining with an already overcast sky. One day in 1936, two residents of London, Texas, Mr. and Mrs. Han, were walking along a path near their town when they discovered a strange rock with what appeared to be wood jutting out of its side. Intrigued, they brought the rock back home. Several years later, their son developed an interest in this rock. Upon breaking it open, he discovered what appeared to be an iron hammerhead attached to a wooden handle encased within the rock. This is extremely odd, as the rock was dated to be around 400 million years old, long before even the dinosaurs existed. Another peculiar feature of this hammer is that even though it was discovered over 70 years ago, it doesn't seem to have rusted at all. Could this hammer be a relic from an ancient civilization? A more likely possibility is that this hammer was lost by a miner long ago, and sedimentary rock such as limestone gradually covered and partially encased it over the following centuries. However, there is still no answer as to why the hammer won't rust.